not at all probable, because here's why. If the sole mechanism of complexity is a creator, then who created the creator? It would have to be an endless litany of creators eventually. I mean, you know, you'd have to. I mean, if you explain the universe by saying creator, then you still have to explain the fucking creator. So you're right back where you fucking started from. But of course, yes, it is possible, but there's no reason to speculate that it would be at all likely, and there's no reason for us to posit that hypothesis. Because it's ridiculously retarded, and it's still based upon something that we made up in our primitive days, back when we thought the sun was a fucking chariot that rides through the fucking sky. Okay? You know, it's, you know, but it's possible, yeah, whatever. It's possible, so I'll give you that. Possible. And I mean, like, it's like possible in the same way that it's possible that, you know, I could fuck Pamela Anderson and Carmen Electra and Charlize Theron in one fucking night and film it all and put it on YouTube and get 20 million subscribers and stuff. Yeah, whatever, possible. Okay. Have you seriously considered a career in stand-up? Comedy is really too underappreciated in this country for me to consider doing that. There's not enough money in it. I don't like being in front of crowds. I do not like people whatsoever. I'm not the kind of person that likes to be in a room where everyone's paying attention to me. I have in the past done things in front of audiences that I think I had fun and the audience was amused. I've even we've done stuff like that, like in school and stuff like that. And but the thing is, I mean, it's just, I don't know. You know, it's really seems to me like people. I mean, there's really not. I don't know. It's my message is really more. I think that YouTube really is a better place for my kind of humor, because the people who like this kind of stuff can seek it out actively. I'm not going to try to convert people. I'm not going to deal with hostile crowds. If someone starts yelling at me, if I have a heckler, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and fucking knee him in the fucking face. Okay? There's not going to be I'm not going to come up with some witty, clever comeback or anything. And another thing is, I don't feel like being funny all the fucking time. I mean, if you watch my videos, sometimes I'm funny, sometimes I'm fucking not. And I have no control over it whatsoever. Like, right now, I don't know if I'm funny or not. I don't know. I'm kind of like tipsy, and I felt like high energy in the beginning, but I feel my energy's kind of like starting to fade now. So I'm not sure if I'm being funny or if I'm just being stupid or ridiculous. I don't know what's fucking funny. I don't really know what's funny. People tell me I'm funny, but I don't really know which jokes are the ones that work and which ones don't. And I don't really feel like honing it or trying to like turn comedy into some kind of science or anything like that. This question did not warrant an answer this long. I'm going to move on. Are you a libertarian? Yes! Yes, I am a libertarian. I've mentioned that before, but maybe you're new to this whole thing. I'm a libertarian, but I find that as time goes on, I am becoming less and less concerned with politics in this country, for the simple fact that I think I have become too cynical to give a shit one way or the other. Alright. Do you know anything about string theory? I know enough that I can feel like I kind of understand it myself, but I do not know enough to feel like I could discuss it with anyone else. I do not know enough that I feel like I could explain it in any way, shape, or form to anyone else. I know basically the most basic version of string theory. I don't know. I'm planning on getting into it, but I'm really more. Cosmology isn't really my thing too much. I'm really, when it comes to sciences, I'm really more interested in social sciences and biology and life science and genetics and marine biology and stuff like that. Really I'm more interested in people and organisms and just life and how it works and stuff like that. That to me is really compelling. Cosmology is really kind of something that, while it is interesting, of course, is not something that really captivates my imagination to that same extent. I'm more interested in the organic, I guess, than in the huge scope of things. To me, I mean, maybe this. I mean, to me, almost any person on this planet, if I was given the chance to explore the psyche of a single human being, or to explore the entire universe, I would pretty much pick the human being 10 times out of fucking 10. Because I think that's much more interesting to me. People are so dirty and tawdry and fucking... I love fucking picking them apart and seeing what makes them tick. With the universe, I mean, it's so dispassionate and cold and all that stuff. So I'm not really that interested in that. I like things that are capable of subjectivity. Objectivity is not that interesting to me. It's you know, I don't like to deal in cold hard fact too much, which is really kind of strange since I'm an atheist and all. But I really love to deal in the subjective and the unprovable and unproven and stuff like that. But I think maybe that's why I dislike God, because I think he's really something that he's an unnecessary irrationality. I like to see people all with their own unique irrationalities. I'd like to see people that use their irrationalities to create things like artistically, rather than scientifically, or rather than trying to compete with science, which is all about objectivity. And I think that's a very necessary component. And you know, I don't think I could ever be a scientist because I lack that kind of discipline. I consider myself more of a artist, philosopher at times, not so much on here. Here I'm more just a mouthpiece for anger and such. But you know, I think that once you guys read some stuff from my novel that hopefully will be published in the next few years, then you'll kind of understand where I'm coming from. I think you'll see where my creativity goes and what kind of philosophy I'm really pushing in my life, more so than you could ever really see just from hearing me rant on YouTube videos. This is really more about venting than forming any sort of coherent ideology here. Sometimes I do that. Let's go to another one. Okay, thanks for taking time to answer. Haven't answered yet, but you're welcome anyway. Who or what is that thing you use as a personal picture? The one above the director tag. Can you tell us why you chose it? That is a drawing I did in Corel Painter. I don't know, maybe that's not Corel. It's just Painter 11, I think it's called. It might be from Corel. I'm not sure if it's from Corel or not. I illegally downloaded it using BitTorrents. Yes, I am a big supporter of illegally downloading software. I think it's fucking great. And you can quote me saying that. And they can take me away if they want to. I'll bleep that out. Jiggy. But yeah, I drew that myself. It's kind of a self-portrait. It's kind of like me if I were a badass motherfucker, which is kind of like my thing. Like, I'm always fantasizing, like, what if I was a badass hitman or samurai or some shit like that? Like, I always have these fantasies, like, daydreams and stuff. Like, I'll go out, like, if I'm sitting at work and stuff, I'm typing stuff out and, like, fucking doing web design or some spreadsheets or some shit like that, and, or, you know, doing some stupid menial fucking labor on my fucking computer, and, I'll get up and, and, you know, I'll be like, fuck, I can't handle this anymore, and I'll go out to the garage, and I'll just have my little, like, fucking 10-minute playtime, you know, where I go out in the garage, and I have my little, like, visions, where I'm like a fucking samurai, and I have my fucking sword and shit, and like, oh yeah, and then, action sequences and shit, fucking throwing people through windows, and fucking, you know, gunshots and shit. I'm like fucking swinging and fucking knocking bullets out the air with my sword. Ping, 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 shit like that. And everyone like, he's unstoppable, and I decapitate them. Yeah, so I have a pretty healthy fantasy life. Difference between me and Christians, though, is that I don't think my fantasies are fucking real.